In the Bible, it says that we have overcome the evil one, which is Satan, by the blood of the Lamb, that's Jesus, and by the word of our testimonies, that's our stories.
Hey Whitewater, my name is Kevin Rockwood, and I've been invited to share my testimony today, and I wanted to give you some insight on who I am, my background, and where I'm at with my faith. So I've been coming to Whitewater for about 10 years now. I have seen the church grow in many ways that have just blown my mind. David was my neighbor when I was really young, and he invited my family to come to Whitewater. And I think that was a big step in my life that I didn't realize back then. The reason I say that is because back then I didn't really care about the faith all that much. My parents wanted me to go to church and everything. I don't want to say they made me. They did give me a choice, and something that resonated really well with me over the years is something my dad said when I was younger, when I, again, didn't necessarily care that much, was, I don't remember the exact numbers, but there's so many hours in a week. Just at least give one to God. Give it all. Just give it to Him, and you won't regret it. And over the years, I really took that to heart because I started to give more and more of my week to Him, and I started to see more and more changes in my life until each and every day is filled with praise and just talking to Him. Most of my life I grew up, I had friends. I didn't really have too many problems up until about high school. Once I wasn't running with the wrong groups, but I was trying to fit into every group that I possibly could. And that just led me astray because I was trying to fit into these groups. I was trying to make these people like me because I wasn't the coolest kid. I did magic tricks. I still do. I tried to pray every day. I tried to interact with God as much as I could, but I didn't feel a connection because I was so invested in myself and not pleasing Him and giving Him the glory and honoring Him with my body, everything like that. Junior year, my high school got a new football coach, and that's where things started to go downhill because the people that he appointed to look over me and make sure I was doing my job, because these people were abusing their power. They were doing things that I said I shouldn't be doing because I'd get hurt, and then I got hurt. And over time, it just got abusive, and it wasn't something that I wanted to be a part of anymore. So me and my family made the decision to switch schools. And once I got to this new school, I thought everything would change. I thought it would be all better, but it wasn't. It didn't feel much different than where I was, just because where I used to be, just because of my mentality that I had going into it. I thought it was going to be all unicorns and rainbows, but it was me eating lunch in the hallway by myself. I was the weird kid. I was the kicker for the football team. I didn't feel like I had a place in the school or on the team. There's a lot of guys in that team that are going on and doing great things today that I wish I would have kept in better touch with, because they were really good mentors to me and really helped me grow in my faith and in my personality, because they were very humble and just phenomenal people. One you may know, his name is Sean Clifford. He's the quarterback for Penn State right now. He's back in high school. He welcomed me into the school. He helped me feel like I was a part of the team. He helped me through some difficult times. And it's just, that's the kind of person that I want my kids to be someday. Right after high school was when things went really downhill for me, because I started getting involved with some people that were controlling, abusive, and just really manipulated me. It's crazy to look back at it now, because I never thought I'd ever be out of that situation. And in the midst of that situation, I met one of my best friends right now who has helped me grow tremendously in many different ways. And even since then, I've grown in many areas of my life. And some of these people that I know from the church, some are not, but they've helped me grow in my faith each and every day. And you can learn many things from many different people, and you can share your burden with others. Something that I've realized most over the years is that a lot of people are dealing with the same things that you are. And once I started to realize that and grasp that, I didn't feel as weird to talk about certain things with certain people, because I knew that they were probably going through it as well. It turns out the larger percent of the time they were. And it was even better for them, because they got to share their burden with me. We got to pray about it. I got to talk to some people about Jesus that hadn't heard of him before. And it was awesome, because he used my problems to connect with people in a way that I never thought was possible. If I was going to say anything, that would be the biggest thing that has changed my life, would be sharing the burden with others, because you don't realize who else may be going through something even far worse than you, and you just reaching out to them and asking them if they're okay might save their life. When you ask the tough questions, you can actually get the answers. I know that doesn't really make any sense, because sometimes you may be afraid to get an answer that you don't want, and I was for a long time. But once I started asking the questions, I started to get a lot closer to God, because even though there may be things I don't understand, that's the beauty of it. And that is something else that has been a big part in my story, and I just am very thankful for everything that's happened to me. Thank you guys for joining us here today.
In the Bible, it says that we have overcome the evil one, which is Satan, by the blood of the Lamb, that's Jesus, and by the word of our testimonies, that's our stories.